In the heart of West Africa, nestled within the volcanic highlands of Cameroon, lies a body of water that appears at first glance to be an idol of tranquility. This is Lake Nyos. Its waters are a deep, mesmerizing blue cradled by the steep, verdant walls of an ancient crater. For centuries, local villagers have lived alongside it, drawing life from the fertile volcanic soil that surrounds its shores. Yet this serene facade conceals a terrible and volatile secret. It is a secret held deep within its depths, a power capable of erupting without a sound, without any visible warning. This lake, in a single, silent breath, can kill. It is a natural wonder, but also a sleeping giant, a place where the very elements of life and death are held in a delicate, precarious balance. The journey to Lake Nyos takes one along the Oku volcanic field, a chain of ancient, sleeping volcanoes that have shaped this dramatic landscape. The lake itself is what is known as a crater lake, or a maar. It was formed thousands of years ago when groundwater met molten rock. On the evening of August 21, 1986, the villages surrounding Lake Nyos were settling in for the night. The air was still, the sounds of life normal. Then, something happened at the lake. Survivors who were near the shore later reported hearing a deep rumbling sound that lasted for less than a minute. Some saw a great plume of water and white vapor shoot hundreds of feet into the air from the center of the lake. It was a violent, explosive disturbance. A wave, perhaps 25 meters high, scoured the shoreline, tearing away vegetation. But the most terrifying consequence of this event was not the sound or the wave. It was what followed, an invisible, odorless cloud that began to pour over the crater's rim. This was not a cloud of smoke or ash. It was a dense blanket of pure carbon dioxide, released from the lake's depths with astonishing speed. Heavier than the surrounding air, this gaseous tsunami did not rise into the atmosphere. Instead, it hugged the ground, flowing silently down the mountain valleys like a river. To understand the tragedy of Lake Nyos, one must first understand the gas that caused it. Carbon dioxide, or CO2. This is a substance we are all familiar with, even if we do not realize it. It is the gas that we exhale with every breath. It is what plants use for photosynthesis, turning sunlight into energy, and it is what gives the fizz to our carbonated drinks. In the small concentrations found in our atmosphere, around 0.04%, it is harmless and a vital part of our planet's ecosystem. Our bodies are designed to manage it. Our blood carries it away from our cells as waste, and our lungs expel it. We live and breathe in its presence every single moment of our lives. The danger arises not from the nature of the gas itself, but from its concentration. When the amount of carbon dioxide in the air rises significantly, it becomes a deadly asphyxiant. Air is normally about 21% oxygen. If the concentration of CO2 in the air rises above 10%, it starts to become dangerous, causing shortness of breath, dizziness, and confusion. At concentrations of 15% or higher, it rapidly displaces the oxygen available for us to breathe. The air we inhale no longer contains enough oxygen to sustain consciousness. The lungs continue to work, but they are pulling in a gas that the body cannot use. In the days following the disaster, the world was left stunned and mystified. How could a lake simply explode and kill over 1,700 people and thousands of cattle without warning? Initial theories were wild: volcanic eruption, poisonous sulfuric gases, an act of terrorism, a chemical weapon test gone wrong. Scientists from around the globe descended on Cameroon on rafts, lowering equipment to take samples. Breakthrough: water samples from different depths, surface samples normal, bottom samples fizzy, like champagne. Water heavily charged with dissolved CO2, approximately 99% saturation. New theory: limnic eruption. The mystery was solved. The chilling discovery at Lake Nyos raised an immediate and urgent question. Could this happen again? The answer was a terrifying yes. Scientists realized the conditions were re-establishing themselves. The magma chamber below was still leaking carbon dioxide into the lake bottom. The water was once again stratifying, and it was accumulating a deadly charge. A solution had to be found to prevent another catastrophe. The answer was an ambitious, ingenious engineering fix: to artificially and safely degauss the lake. The plan involved installing a system of pipes that would act like giant straws, siphoning gas-saturated water from the bottom to the surface. The process would be self-sustaining. Once the flow was started with a pump, physics would take over on a small, controlled scale. As deep water rises through the pipe, decreasing pressure lets dissolved CO2 form bubbles, creating a continuous fountain at the surface and safely releasing CO2 in manageable amounts. In 2001, the first degassing pipe was installed. It was a momentous occasion. A spectacular fountain of water and gas shot nearly 50 meters into the air. The story of Lake Nyos is a reminder of hidden natural dangers, and a testament to human ingenuity, turning a killer lake back into the tranquil landmark it appears to be.